Greetings, everyone. It is I, the mighty Haysoos. Today we are reading One Piece, Chapter 1062, Adventure in the Land of Science. The cover page for this chapter today, Germa 66, An Emotional Excursion, Volume 20. Meanwhile, on Chocolate Town, Cacao Island, and it just seems like everything is in shambles. I don't know if it's frozen. It looks like it's frozen, but it could also be Caesar's gas. It is a horrific sight to see. Alright, we start off the chapter where we last left off with the Straw Hats being, well, the remaining Straw Hats that are still on the Sunny. Brooke, Frankie, Usopp, Sanji, Zoro, and Robin and Nami. Vegapunk. You mean the Vegapunk? Oh, put a sock in it. Vegapunk. Obviously, Frankie is starstruck. Vegapunk, hey, I really respect your work. I spent 2 years at the lab in your hometown, Baltimore. I got so many things to show off to you. A giant robot of dreams. Obviously, Usopp is amazed. How many dozens of times bigger than General Frankie is it? I wish Luffy and Chopper could see this. Obviously, Sanji, the babe. Vegapunk's a total babe. Obviously, Vegapunk is just standing there. Wait, I've never heard that Vegapunk was a woman, and her appearance doesn't add up. Based on Vegapunk's long history activity, of course it doesn't. I'm obviously not the Stella. Of course it doesn't. I'm obviously not. The Stella that's the main body. What? Of course it doesn't. I'm obviously not the Stella. That's the main body. I'm Punk02, Vegapunk, Lilith, the evil. And my research budget is constantly stretched to the seams. So hand over your valuables. After that, I'm done with you. What are you talking about? On this frigid sea? If you're going to scoop us up out of the water, at least see it through and save us. I did not save you. Oh, she upsetty. These waters are normally unreachable by ships. These things ensure all get sunk. The sea beast weapons. And we see a bunch of sea beasts that look vaguely mechanical. Ah, monsters! Sea beast weapons! Incredible! Frankie's just starstruck as usual. Usopp's afraid though. This time the fear's winning out. Zoro is calm and collected as usual. It seems this 0-point Vegapunk is getting called. Lilith, what do you think you're doing? Plundering again? Have you no scientist pride? Shut up, Shaka, you do-gooder. Will pride increase our budget? First of all, they are not going to surrender. That's the crew of the Straw Hat. The one who just got made Emperor of the Sea. I know, right? They must be laden with treasure. She's scheming something. In that case, you made a terrible mistake. Mistake? They're thoroughly surrounded. They have no escape. You've underestimated them. Look at the swordsman on board. That's Pirate Hunter Zoro, worth a bounty of 1.111 billion berries. The reason he's calmly hanging back is because he knows he can slaughter you in an instant from that range. The same goes for the demon child behind him, Nico Robin. But what would they do about the sea beast weapons around them? The mighty always determine the first foe they should strike down. You ought to think harder. So So whoever is calling Lilith knows that the Straw Hats are no joke. So the talkative jokers are just a distraction? I didn't pay close enough attention. Hey, Vegapunk, we've got some demands, and you're going to listen to that. You're going to listen. Got that? Zoro being intimidating as usual. That's fine. Bring them here. I happen to have an interest in that crew. Punk 01. Dr. Vegapunk. Shaka the Good. Alright, we cut to where Luffy and the others are. So Luffy, Jinbei, Chopper, and Bonnie. You said you've been here before? Bonnie's replying to Luffy's question. When I was a kid, it was a normal lab back then. And what did you come back for? Depending on his answers, Vegapunk will have to die for his crimes. Whoa! Vegapunk turned my father into a cyborg. And what? That's so cool though. Wait, Bonnie's father is Kuma? At this point, he's lost his sense of humanity. He doesn't even know who he is anymore. He's been turned into a pure living weapon. Oh, a pure unthinking living weapon. That's a terrible thing to suffer. Yes, Vegapunk must pay the price. Sorry about that, Boggy. Bonnie! It's Bonnie! Bonnie. Oh. So they crawled out of the sewers or wherever they were, and they just happened upon this area that looks like a future. It looks like the near future. It is ridiculously looking. We're on the surface again. Let's go and find some food. Whoa! Oh, right. I met Sabo and Mary Joie. I don't need to bring that up now. Bonnie's saying that to herself. Wow, what is this place? A giant robot? Everything's flying. And a space monster. Wow, it's like straight out of like a science fiction comic book. What in the world? I'm gonna ride on it. I'm gonna go on a ride. Hey, we're intruders, remember? Come, be careful, Luffy. Rocket! Ah! The dinosaur thing, it seemed like it ate Luffy. Ah, Luffy got eaten! But he shot right through it and hit the wall. Hey, are you okay? What the? I swore I got swallowed. Look, a giant parfait. Cookies, fruit, heaps of whipped cream. Let's eat! So they jump onto it. Now hold on just a minute. No one's just going to leave that delicious treat for you. It's clearly some kind of trap. Jinbei is the rationale. And they all just clip right through it. Huh? What? You pass right through it. It's like it's there, but I can't grab it. This just makes me hungrier. Did we die or at some point? No, we're not ghosts. This parfait is a hologram, I think. I've never seen one in person. What? Someone's gotta pay. Luffy's getting heated. His hair's standing up. It's a three-dimensional image made with light. We're talking about something out of a comic strip or a fantasy world. An image? Wow. The space monster, that's why I slipped through it. The giant robot is probably the same. No one could actually make such a thing. Hey, what's this? There's a picture of food and buttons on it. Don't bother, everything here is lies. You know, I just noticed something. The sea was cold here, and yet this is a tropical place, although it's indeed a winter island. Thanks to the island AC I created, we can control the temperature on the island itself. We see this giant, it looks like a robot almost. It's probably another one of Dr. Vegapunk's things, I guess. It looks like a lamb, but it's like a giant. This thing's as big as Kaido. You're one of those hollows too, huh? Tja, oof. Luffy punches it. Does eat this, jerk. Luffy gets punched by the thing. Like, his punch did nothing to the punk. It sends Luffy flying into the machine. Clank, splort. And the machine just makes a burger. Huh? It popped out a hamburger with a drink and fries. What the? Who made these? You can touch them. They're real. It's so good. Press the next button. Steak, omelet rice, fried pork, cutlet, cotton candy cake, ramen, fried chicken, hot dog. I'm glad you like my automated cooking machine. As long as there's enough food material, it can provide 500 different meals to the user, each in under a minute. The whipped up leftovers mode is the best part. Pizza, pasta, but only if you make it exactly to the plans. There aren't enough technicians to mass produce them, though. It makes me so mad. Growl. It just punched the hologram. What? Same thing with the island AC controlling the temps. Means being able to sense the life patterns of every living thing on the island. Spend a little more money and we could control the weather. The world doesn't have enough tech or funding. It punched the hologram. Waffles, fries, shrimp. That's right. With these light pressure gloves, you can do more than just observe the light. Hi. The moment people can touch something, they'll believe it's real matter. It's just a person all of a sudden. Huh? You mean that lady's not real? Whether it's real or not is for you to decide. If you ask me, those words are a relic of the bygone age. So, who are you then? Everyone's just eating happily while she's just introducing herself. Me? I'm nothing but a humble genius scientist for hire. Dr. Vegapunk. What? Dr. Vegapunk Atlas. No way. What's that liar talking about? You're Vegapunk? I know your name. Kobe said it. Oh no. Wait, Atlas, but this is 6. Very Vegapunk 06, Atlas. The new world. We cut to a world government ship. Sum it up for me. What are we doing? Alright, Lucci, listen up. There's only one Vegapunk, but he's such a genius, he doesn't have enough time to do everything. He's short-handed, you see. So he thought, why not make more hands? He split himself into 6 different people. It's Stussy, Lucci, and Kaku. They're the CP0 agents. In other words, these 6 satellites are all Dr. Vegapunk together. Dr. Vegapunk, Punk 01, Shaka, Punk 02, Evil, Lilith. It seems like 0 and 5 got mixed up or something in the translation. I don't know. Because if we see Dr. Vegapunk Atlas, it says Punk 06. But on this page it says Punk 06 is Greed, York. Punk 05 is Violence, Atlas. So we see Dr. Vegapunk in a diagram, and then we see Punk 01 to 126. Good, Shaka, Evil, Lilith, Thinker, Edison, Wisdom, Pythagoras, Violence, Atlas, and Greed, York. And because I don't believe in any of this nonsense, I'm the crazy one? Lucci doesn't understand. What a hassle a so-called genius can be. Masked Killers, Cypher Pole 0, Aegis 0, Kaku, Lucci, Stussy. So we're supposed to return this giant brat to Egghead, then eliminate all the Vegapunks? And be careful with his lab. It's full of valuable things. We see, it seems like one of the, it looks like Kuma, but it was probably one of the, those things that were sent on Luffy that one time. I forget what they're called. They want us to eliminate the most useful man in the world? And does this have anything to do with what happened to Lulu Xia the other day? The last thing a man as keenly perceptive as you should be doing is looking for answers. Exactly. Don't drag us into your trouble, Lucci. Seems Lucci is confused about the thing and he's asking too many questions. But that's the end of the chapter, to be continued. Da-dum. So we see the three Aegis Zeros are on their way to Egghead. It seems that Luffy might have a 1v1 again with Lucci. Ooh. And I'm curious about this mistranslation, maybe. I don't know if it's a mistranslation or an error on Oda's part. That Atlas has 06 while 06 is Greed York. That's a interesting accident. Yes. Anywho, that was One Piece chapter 1062. I'm excited what will happen. This looks to be a very interesting arc. The Egghead arc, maybe. Well, this is Haysoos signing off. Goodbye.